Hey guys, welcome back to another XeroLinux video. And this one is going to be a little bit it- uh, controversial of sorts. I'm going to be talking about why we opted to use Flatpaks over regular Arch packages, or why we prefer Flatpaks over Arch packages, or AUR for that matter. Let me put it this way. It's been kind of all over the internet as of late. And the Linux experiment, the Linux cast, everyone's talking about it. So I decided to give it a go. I was using regular packages and AUR packages for as long as I can remember. But as of late, I decided to give Flatpaks a go. And ever since I tried them, I swear by them no matter what. I even tried app images and snaps. And I'm not hating on snaps. I don't like to hate. I would sound elitist if I do. Uh, I just don't like them. Snaps take too long to launch, um, and have issues, their own sets of issues. I don't prefer them. They're doing. I think they're doing a great job with Ubuntu, but on Arch and other derivatives, they don't work pretty well. As for app images, like DT said, they're kind of useful as portable apps that you can just put on your USB, take with you wherever you go, plug your USB in, and launch the apps. But for regular system apps, I I mean regular apps on your system, I don't like them. They're very hard to update. There's no package manager that I know of that lets you search for app images and download them. There might be a few out there, user-made ones, uh, but they're very incomplete. They're more broken than functional. But if you download, you go to the web and download them one by one and integrate them using App Image Manager. Yeah, but there's no way to update them. You have to update them one by one. But as DT said, there is one benefit to app images. You can have as many versions of the same application as you want. That's one awesome benefit. Whereas with Flatpaks and snaps, I don't think you can. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I still prefer Flatpaks because they're a container. They don't touch your system. They don't mess with your system. All the settings are integrated. And a lot of people, a lot of you hate Flatpaks for two reasons. Number one, because they're huge in size. And number two, because they don't follow your system theme. What if I told you there are ways around these issues? But before I do, I just wanted to let you know that on XeroLinux, by default, we use the PAMAC GUI, package manager, like a lot of Arch derivatives out there. Why we use it? Well, because it works most of the time. It's got a few quirks here and there, but it's very well integrated into the system. If you, for example, download Arch packages manually on your system, you can install them just by double-clicking on the package. With, for example, the other three that we offer via our tool, let me show you. We offer something called Octopi. Everybody knows Octopi, but if you install Octopi, you will not be double-clicking the Arch packages will not do anything. It doesn't have a proper daemon to handle Arch packages that allows you to install the packages just by double-clicking them if you downloaded them manually. Octopi is a decent package manager for searching and installing packages, but for handling packages, not so great. We also include something called Bau It's included in our package installer as an option, but that is written in Rust, and I haven't seen it that it could handle. I've tried it; it didn't handle manually downloaded Arch packages. This one is awesome compared to Octopi. This one comes second to Pamac because it's very well laid out. You can there's a lot of customizations to it. It can handle Flatpaks, snaps, AUR, Arch packages, you name it, it can handle it. But it doesn't pick up on manually downloaded Arch packages or Flatpaks or what have you. And this is Pamac. I can show you Pamac by launching it because we're on XeroLinux and it's installed. Okay, this is Pamac. You see there, all the packages are here. You can go to repositories. You can browse the various repositories. You can go to categories, check for categories wise, groups. It's a pretty decent package manager all in all. And when you want to search for something like, let's say, you can click Flatpak, search for OBS. And you will see that you have OBS Studio. And since I have the FlatHub beta repository enabled, you will see the beta version. So, but you should know one thing. This package manager or any package manager, as far as I know, does not show you plugins. For example, OBS has plugins. I will show you. Here, there's only one OBS package, right? 2 if you have the beta FlatHub enabled. But if you launch terminal and type Flatpak install OBS, okay, you select system, and you will see all the OBS plugins, plugin GStreamer, plugin waveform, plugin input overlay, plugin scene switcher, and so on and so on. Those you won't see in the Pamac package manager when you look for OBS. This only shows if you try to install OBS via the terminal. That's why I prefer installing my packages via terminal. I only use Pamac to search for packages and see what they contain, what the archives contain, where they will install packages, which version it is, this kind of information. For installing packages, I just do it via terminal. It's preferable to do it via terminal. I recommend everyone does it. Why? Because of what I just said. It's you get way more information via terminal, and it's more transparent. You see what's installing. You see what all the dependencies that are installing. You can fix errors in terminal and all that. So yeah, back to why I prefer Flatpaks, because there's no dependency help. Sometimes you have a package on installed on you install a package from the Arch repository or the AUR, and all of a sudden one of this package's dependencies disappears. Either disappears from the AUR, or if the package was from the mainline Arch repositories, one of its dependencies either gets moved to the AUR or disappears, which renders your package non-functional. I'm not saying it will crash your system. Heck no. But all I'm saying is Flatpaks don't rely on dependencies that could die at any day. That's all I'm saying. Like if those dependencies either disappear or get moved around and your package ends up non-functional, what are you going to do? Install a Flatpak or an app image or a snap, God forbid. So Flatpaks always win in my eyes. Now, there are packages that cannot be found as Flatpaks. Of course, like window managers, desktop environments. Of course, those won't be found as Flatpaks. There are tweaks, system tweaks. I'm not talking about terminals, separate terminal emulators or stuff like that. I'm talking system tweaks themes, stuff like that, you will not find them as Flatpaks. Granted, it's not a problem. Those are not meant to be Flatpaks from the get-go. But escaping dependency hell, not having to rely on packages that might disappear at any moment in time, is awesome. Being able to install applications, whatever distro I'm running, be it Debian-based system, Fedora-based system, Arch-based system, OpenSUSE-based system, any system I can install Flatpaks on. Easy. I just find what I want. I have a list of Flatpaks that I install. I take it with me. I created you can create install scripts if you're advanced enough with a list of your Flatpaks. You just run it on any, it's a bash script. You can run it on any system. Just execute the script. It's going to install all your Flatpaks on whatever base system you have. That's another benefit. There's a lot of benefits to Flatpaks. Imagine like one day there's a package you have that relies on a certain version of a dependency, a certain version of a dependency, but you are on Arch. And then they decide to update this package, which is a dependency of your package. They update it, but your package relies on an older version. What are you going to do? Again, go Flatpak. Flatpaks can keep shipping the required version within the package until the dependency is updated. You are not going to run into issues with Flatpaks. Now, when it comes to Flatpaks using your system theme, yeah, that's a gray area. There is an override. There's a guide on our forums, on the XeroLinux forums, that show you how to apply the override. But you don't have to worry. You needn't worry if you're using XeroLinux because it's pre-applied, it's pre-integrated into the distro. But if you're using another Arch-based distro and you want your Flatpaks to use the system theme, the guide works on any Arch-based system. It's not only for XeroLinux. But that works and doesn't work. It works in most cases, but there's number one, there's no way to tell Flatpaks to use a different theme than the system theme you're using. So whatever you're using on your, whatever GTK theme you're using on your system, the apps will use. Some apps the theme won't work 100% with some apps, and some apps will still refuse to use the system theme, so they will have a light theme, for example, if you're using a dark one. Some apps circumvent that by having a dark theme toggle within the settings. Others don't. It's a touch and go thing. I don't mind, as long I prefer functionality over form. If the app works, that's what matters. If it doesn't use the system theme, it's not a big deal. I can put up with it. But most the apps I use all work either via dark theme toggle within the settings, or they just use the system theme, no problem. Another issue with Flatpaks, that's not an issue. I don't see it as an issue. I see it as a good thing, because this is how applications should work. They don't have, out of the box, all the permissions. For example, some apps don't have access to your home directory. They don't have access to some drives. They don't have access to some to audio or video. You have to grant them this permission. I like that. If you value your privacy, this is a good thing. So on XeroLinux, there's an application called FlatSeal integrated into XeroLinux. It comes out of the box. You can find the icon on the dock. But what this does is you open it. It will detect all the Flatpaks you have on your system. Click on an app. I'll show you. It's very simple. There you go. This is flat seal. For example, I select bottles. You want to give it access to dbus. You want to give it access to GPU acceleration. You want to give it access to virtualization, shared memory. You want to give it access to some directories. It's over here. So I gave it access to, no, those are the environment variables. Where are the directories? Here. I gave it access to my Linux games directory, which is on an external drive. So I gave it access to that. Cider. You give it access, whatever access you need. App by app. Ferdium. It's my social app thing. FileZilla. Any flat. See, as you can see, I have a ton of Flatpaks installed. A ton. Why? Because Flatpaks are awesome. So there's a tool to circumvent anything. And the way Flatpaks ship without the permissions to your home directory, for example, on all these permissions, for example, your webcam, no access, your microphone, no access, which is awesome in my mind if you value your privacy. So I love Flatpaks, and therefore in XeroLinux via the tool, which I will show you, install applications, use Flatpaks. If you look at, for example, internet tools, look how many applications I ship. I provide everything. All these are Flatpaks. You go to regular packages, you go to internet tools, you have half the packages coming from Arch repositories and double that to coming from Flatpak. This is what we provide via our tool. But if you prefer to install God knows why from the AUR or the Arch repositories, you're free to do that. I'm not stopping you. I will never stop you. XeroLinux is all about freedom. But this is what our tool provides. Then you can install from wherever you want. Just go to the PAMAC GUI and start installing from there. Either AUR packages or Arch packages. It's up to you. But all the Flatpaks that are in the application installer are tested, have been tested. So if you get anything outside the package manager, some of them I tested before starting to ship Flatpaks, but not everything I can provide support for or help you with. I know Flatpaks work, haven't had a single issue with any of the apps that I have installed. So it's up to you. You decide. You're free to use anything you wish. Shape XeroLinux or whatever distro you're on the way you please. But Flatpaks have a lot of advantages. More advantages than disadvantages. It only has two disadvantages. Heavy, and the theming is kind of on and off. But for the heavy part, they're not very heavy. They're heavy the first time you install them because they ship all the dependencies integrated into a single package. But every time there's an update, they just get a differential update. So if initially the app was like 300 megabytes, updates can be as small as 50 kilobytes, 17 kilobytes. So yeah, initially they occupy a huge space, and when some files are no longer needed, now when you run Flatpak update, they not only update, they uninstall the no longer needed packages or dependencies or whatever you want to call them when it comes to Flatpaks, but they remove no longer required packages. They do a cleanup. That's awesome. So there you have it. That's why XeroLinux going forward will push Flatpaks more than Arch or AUR packages. I will still be pushing some packages to my repositories whenever they're not available as Flatpaks or they're system tweaks or for whatever reason. If it needs to be packaged and put on my repository, I will do it. I will keep doing it. Don't worry about that. That won't stop me. But if anything is found as Flatpaks, I will be testing them. And if they're okay and work fine and no issues, I will provide them as Flatpak. I'll add them to the package installer as Flatpaks. Like for example, Krita, I tried to supply the one from Arch repositories. It didn't work. The global menu didn't work. It wasn't showing, and it's a known issue. If you check it out on the Arch bug tracker, it's there. But if you install it as a Flatpak, the global menu works. Everything works out of the box, no issues. So there's a lot of benefits to Flatpaks. I haven't seen major disadvantages that make me want to stick to Arch packages. So you be the judge. I said my grief, and the rest is up to you. Let us know in the comments below if you what you think of Flatpaks. Do you use them? What package manager do you use to install them? And if you prefer, if you are like me, you prefer Flatpaks over anything else, let me know in the comments below. Let's ignite the discussion in the comments below, guys. All right, this is Dark Zero signing off.